were at Wendy Shay's album listening. Let me start with you, Martinez. How did it go?
I went there as a human being.
You went with your daughter.
How did it go? I've not asked you, did you go there as a human being?
You said, how did you go?
Yes.
I thought you said how I went.
So I was also now helping him that he did not go alone. He went with his daughter.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you went with your daughter?
Yes.
Okay, you have a daughter?
Oh, yes, I have daughters in the space.
In which space?
In the media space.
Oh, eh.
Yes, sons and daughters.
Sons and daughters?
Mm-hmm. How many?
Why is it tiny?
How many
sons,
do you
have daughters?
I think 16.
Hey! Hey! Which of them are your real daughters and which of them are your
Well, I'm not going to go into that because I don't even know what that means. Yeah, so
okay.
Let's leave that.
So which of them did you go to the place with?
I don't know how to.
You can't mention her name. Are you not proud of your daughters?
When you say no.
Yeah, go home.
But we just wanted to know how they arrived.
Hey, Martinez!
Okay,
how did the program go?
Oh, it went well.
Yes. How many songs are on the album?
13.
13?
Yes. 13 good tracks.
Wow.
Yes.
Which of them is your favorite?
At a point, I didn't know. Yes, because
you're not paying attention because you went with your daughter.
I mean, everybody. Everybody who was present will understand what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Yes, even the host, Jay Foley, was also confused at a point because you listen to this one and you fall in love with it and you see it as your favorite, but you listen to the next and then
you realize.
It's crazy. I think the first song.
Yeah.
Yes, the very first song. I've forgotten the title, but the very first song is the one that really got me.
All right.
Yes, although I love the selections I heard so far. I mean, the body of works. I love all of them, but the first song, I really love it. And then there's one that was produced by One Miraculous. Wendy mentions his name, that he's based at Kumasi, but unfortunately he was not able to make it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and in fact, when we closed, I heard people talking about that one as well. People were actually, most of the works were done by MOG. So when we heard that particular production from that guy based in Kumasi, I think his production also, that particular song.
So the first
Talking
song
about Baby Mama.
First song on the album is Street Girl.
Okay, Street Girl.
Yeah, The Soul Survivor, produced by Geeks Beats. Okay, and it was written by Wendy Ado, that's Wendy Shay, Ricky Nanajiman, Bullet, and the guitar works by Joshua Moszi. And then the Black Coffee is the second track on the album.
Yeah.
Black Coffee. Okay. Number 3 is Crazy Love, the one we just listened to, which features Olive the Boy. We have PTSD by MOG, that's the production by MOG Beats. We have F the Club, which is also produced by Geeks Beat. We have Don't Be Silly, it features Tiffany. We have Weed and Wine, as in when you are going Okodoa, Odo we are no wine. Weed and wine.
Why is that? Does it mean differently?
Weed and wine, as in you are weeding, and then when you are tired, you drink wine. Yeah. Featuring Night Boy. We have Apology. I think this one is out already. The one which features Movado. And then Baby Mama Drama, produced by Miraculous Beats. That's the one you're talking about. Okay. Kiss and Tell, produced by Naughty Boy. We have Party Animal, which features Makadzi. We have La Jeffa, produced by Naughty Boy. Too Late Remix, which features Beijing, Gucci, and Fina, the one that she did after the main release. So 13 tracks on the album.
Yes.
Amazing.
The one with Makaji, Party Animal, also caught the attention of, almost everyone.
All right.
Yes, including the Too Late Remix. For me, I think one thing I realized the fact that we saw a different, version of emoji.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I think the
In
creativity
the production.
Yes, in the production.
Okay.
I think the
All right.
creativity displayed by Emoji and Beat Vampire, as well as the gigs and the Miraculous Beat, tells me that, when it comes to production, when it comes to, music, our boys are really doing well, because you could tell. I mean, when you are at home listening to songs on radio, sometimes you only enjoy the vibe. But when you're at programs like this where you have, the key people around, the people behind the production, the hands that touched the work, when they are available and you are in the same mood with them, it's a different experience you have. So
All right.
for me, I would say the work is so great. I love the atmosphere yesterday. And looking at the way our people came in their numbers to also support and the Dusty and Co, Nana Romeo, as well as Roberts, Papalogy. I mean, we saw a couple of them, Nana McBrown. For me, I love it. So kudos to the team, as well as Wendy. They've done a great work, and I'm proud of them.
Adam, did you also go with your son?
I went with my bag.
Your what?
My bag.
Your back.
Bag.
Your bag.
Bag.
Now you can't go with any daughter because of the situation at hand. How was the program?
Oh, I think it was very, short and concise. I really love the atmosphere, and for me, from what she said, the album marks her 7th year in the industry, and she says that, this is where she believes she has come of age in the industry, and she's ready. And you can see, when you look at the album, you can see touch of gold and things. She says that things, after going through all of these things through her formative years, like gold, it goes through this process, and then it becomes a very fine product. So now she's gone through the other processes, and she has now been refined.
Okay.
And she believes that she's ready to take over the world. So if you listen to the sound, you can see that it has a lot of diversity, and she's not only thinking about Ghana. There are some of the songs targeted the Mexican, Spanish market. If you listen to the songs, most of the songs, clearly you can see that the album is not just for Ghana, it is for the rest of the world. And really, they need to put in a lot. The song which was just played,
Crazy Love. Crazy Love
has a beautiful story behind. She said that, she went through some challenges recording some of the songs, but this particular song, that very day she was to go out, go to the studio to record, the manager, Jizzy, came down to her room trying to get her to go. But she said she felt something around her.
Oh.
Pushing her not to go, move out. Then Jizzy came again that, Charlie, the studio is set. Everybody is in. Don't leave the boy. They're all waiting for you. And she really sent a message that she doesn't,
Right.
she's not in the mood to go. So it dragged. Then later she got out to go and record, and it came out so perfect. And she says she now understands why she had that feeling that she shouldn't move, not knowing it was going to come out as a very huge record. And trust me, this is a very good song.
All right.
And with other songs, I think that we have another banger for this December, the Party Animal.
Hey.
It's really banging. And that song,
Party Animal.
I did some choreography with her on the song.
Oh.
It's really,
You mean you had them?
Yeah.
I heard you scared the people there.
It's a great choreography. So check that song out, Party Animal.
Yeah.
It's really a banging song, which I'm sure a lot of people will really love.
I know you love it because you're a party
Respond to
animal.
the
So
arena, I'll respond that one.
And big ups to all the producers
All right.
who work on the project. Quality sound, and big ups to the team. They should go all out. And I love the fact that she's not given as a woman, because most of the women are struggling. I mean, in terms of dropping albums and others, but I mean, Jackie, they are doing amazing.
All right. Thank you very much. Robert, yes, you were also there.
Yeah, I was also
with
there.
your uncle. Oh,
yeah, I was there with Andy.
Andy Dusty.
Andy is your uncle?
For the purposes of this conversation.
He's my granddad. He's an ancestor.
And then you haven't grown, cry. With all your grey hair, I'm just wondering.
I
have.
I'm
betraying.
Let's go straight to Wendy Shakespeare.
Yeah. I mean. So I'm happy for her. I'm happy for her works. 13-track album, and released already. Some of the songs are banging, and I like the diversification in the project. She has a very strong international appeal in terms of some of the sound. Some of the songs are for a cause, like the PTSD. Is for a cause. And in there, you'd get the dancers will get their bit as well. You get the Afrobeats vibe. You get songs you want to be able to just vibe with and all of that. And so I think that she considered the various segments that basically forms the kind of people who listen to her songs. And also in there, you would find her interest in wanting to go international and wanting to go strong. She's already gone international, but trying to entrench her position out there, which is very good. So I think a lot of thoughts have gone into the work. What is left for them to do is really promote it. I'm happy for her, and I think she actually said something in line with she said, "Shut up, prophesied," about she being a boss or people calling her a boss, and then she feels this is the time that she has to walk in that particular mentality and reality as a boss. So she's, manifesting that, and that's the level where she's at. So clearly, she has things. She has, things that she's looking forward to, and that we can only wish her all the best, really.
Thank you, Mr. Robert Clark.
And Kwame, I just want to use this
Yes,
opportunity
please.
to remind Ghanaians and everybody that when these ladies, because we have Wendy is yet to release it, but obviously it's going to come out. Jackie has an album. Sina So has an album. I think so far these are the three that I know have albums out there.
Charlie,
it's like it's not easy, and even yesterday we heard how Tinny said that it's not easy for the women to get into the space and do what they have to do. So if these three women are breaking grounds, going all out, doing what they are doing, we should commend them. And when the opportunity comes for them to be in certain rooms or certain conversations, let's push for them so that it will happen, because yes, it is not easy to put this together. Kudos to Wendy, kudos to Jackie, kudos to Sina, and to the other ladies who are still working on their albums too. We're looking forward to it, but congratulations to all of you. You can do it. Let's just keep pushing.
Yes, you can.
Is PSA a star?
Out with an album?
Yeah.
I'm not sure about an album
she has
yet.
songs.
Yes, even with the gospel side, I don't know if any female has released an album yet.
Not too
I'm
sure
not
about
too
that.
sure about that, but we're rooting for all of them, and we really appreciate them. Let's keep pushing all of them.
I mean, I want to call out the team behind these women.
Yes.
So so like Gizzy and Co Squad.
Gizzy and Co.
And then when it comes to Sina Soul, you have Diego and Co.
Yeah.
And then you have Miro. So the men who are literally pushing the
And
women
it is
to
men
be able
who
to
are
go there.
behind
So that's
them.
beautiful.
It is men who are behind them. So I believe it.
All right.
Empress Gifty, we know who is behind.
Oh, yes, Empress Gifty, we know who is behind. Edem Sanchotome is behind Empress Gifty. Solid. Hit 103.9 Daybreak Hitz.
Thanks God, Edem.
Pay attention to this audio I am about to play. Pay critical attention.
Nigeria is bigger than Ghana, bro. Like, come think of it, bro. Accra. Ghana, the whole of Ghana is not bigger than Lagos. Lagos is bigger than the whole of Ghana. And it's not even the capital of Nigeria. So if you are doing numbers wise, it's not even fair. Lagos don't big past Ghana. Ghana is 24 million people. Nigeria is about 300 million people. Numbers don't work.
All right. So you just heard the voice of King Promise. King Promise TGMA Artist of the Year. Now, the audio you just heard is Kim Promise interacting with popular Nigerian TikTok streamer Pella in Accra. You remember during the weekend, Pella was in Accra for Wally's birthday concert. Beautiful concert. And this audio captures Kim Promise having a conversation with Pella. And while discussing the population sizes of Ghana and Nigeria and their impact on streaming numbers, Kim Promise made a notable blunder, a mistake. Yeah? His comments were met with widespread backlash from Ghanaians on social media who criticized him for being misinformed. Many suggested his remarks reflected ignorance and low self-esteem. We all know when we had the population census in 2021, Ghana, it was estimated that we are 30 million people.
34 million.
I'm talking about 2021. But now, currently, the projection is around 34 million. During the population census in 2021, it was 30 million. But now we are rising to 34 million, thereabout. Okay? So people are on social media roasting Kim Promise. Why did he make that mistake? Lagos is about 17 million. Okay? Ghana is around 34 million. So Ghana is about twice the size of Lagos. But Kim Promise said
In
Lagos.
terms of population.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's what
In
we
terms of
discussed,
population. Numbers.
Yes.
They were talking about
But I mean,
numbers.
if you say Ghana is big in what sense? You have to be clear on that.
Ghana is more populated than Lagos, but Nigeria is bigger than Ghana. That is a fact. Nobody can contest that. Now, why is Kim Promise trending? Because people think that Lagos is 17 million, Ghana is about 34 million as of now.
Yes.
Okay. So they were talking about population and streaming numbers. The whole conversation was centered around the numbers game. You know, usually when we talk about why is Nigeria doing better than Ghana, the argument that comes is, because they are more than us. So Kim Promise is being roasted on social media for this blunder. Are we justified to even worry our heads over this particular issue? Is it a big deal, Adam?
In a way, too, I mean, we can let it slide because the facts speaks for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, but, knowing how the social media is, such a thing will not be allowed to slide. And I'm sure, Kim Promise, after making that, has now got a lot of, information on what he passed. It also brings to the fore the need for us to be very circumspect. The fact that we are celebrities among others, musicians, artists, they are like ambassadors of the country. So they need to, have a lot of information about very important issues of the country so that when opportunity comes for them to talk about Ghana, they will be able to provide the rare facts. Because even if you look at, in terms of land size, Ghana is bigger than Lagos. You know, Lagos, in terms of the land, they have like about over 3,000 square kilometers. And Ghana, over 200,000 square kilometers. So you can clearly see that our in terms of the land size and population size, we are bigger than them. However, it's a narrative. When Nigerians are fighting Ghana on Twitter, among others, they churn out that narrative that even Lagos is bigger than Ghana. They want to say we are small.
So
and
it is something that
it's
is
something which is really going into the head of people that indeed, Lagos is bigger than Ghana, which is false on any other front. So, it tells you how people really pay attention to some of our stars. So we beg them, some of the information, they need to have it because they don't know when opportunities like this will come. And if you are not careful, you may end up misrepresenting the country, which would not be an ideal. It will be disappointment to people because they expect much from our leaders who are, ambassadors to really sell us well and not, send some half-truth or
All right,
true
we have
information.
a big topic waiting, so let's be snappy on this one. You don't want to talk about it, Robert?
I mean, it's been
Yes.
cleared, you know.
All right, so let's move straight to the big topic for discussion this morning. And yesterday, Tinny was here. Aleche Kankpe, rapper Ni Adukweno, he disclosed that the once popular HipLife genre is now dead. And I think this is not the first time you're hearing this statement. HipLife is dead. HipLife ewu. Debi basa. Speaking in an interview on DaybreakHitz, Tinny shared his thoughts on how Ghana's music industry has evolved since he began his career. When asked how he would assess the youth or the growth of the music industry over the years, he replied saying the music industry is growing. He added that it's satisfying seeing young artists with great talent doing great works in the industry. However, the rapper lamented the decline in HipLife, the genre that once defined Ghana's urban sound. Here is Tinny Aliche. How would you assess the growth of this industry?
To me, it's growing and it's wonderful to me because these young artists coming up, I see great talent. And before they used to sound like themselves, but now I hear different talents. So yes, and to my knowledge, Ghana, when they talk about music, Ghana is on fire because our population alone and what we do to me and dancehall side, don't want to forget crap. But the only thing that I say these days is HipLife is what is dead because I don't see any young artists coming up asking
HipLife.
what you do, and the person will say I do HipLife.
This is Hitz.
So that is Tinny there talking about the fact that he believes HipLife is dead. Now, this might sound jaded, but I think the most important thing we must say today on this show or look at on this show is how to preserve our parent genres like HipLife. So yes, focus on HipLife, but how to preserve our genres. As for it is dead or not dead, it can be a whole day debate. But how do we preserve the genres? High Life already is on its way of being listed as cultural intangible heritage for UNESCO. Already it is on that level going. What about HipLife? You guys remember when Grammy Award did the African Music Performance category, they were listing some sounds that the category includes, but not limited to. They mentioned them. They mentioned High Life, mentioned Fuji music, mentioned the Ghanaian drill as well. And I remember those days when it happened, I was like, we have HipLife, which is the parent genre of the Asaka drill or the Ghanaian drill. In the US, when you talk about hip-hop music, Robert is here. He's well versed into hip-hop. Hip-hop has variants. Drill, crank, which the trap and all those are sub-genres of hip-hop. But hip-hop is still alive. So we don't kill one parent genre because there is a new sub-genre. How do we preserve our cultural heritage in terms of genres? High Life is on that level, going to UNESCO's books. HipLife, I don't really know if we are paying so much attention to it in terms of how to preserve it. Let me start with you, Robert Clark. How do we preserve HipLife as a music genre? So even after 50 years, 60 years, even though we may have new subgenres sprouting, we can still say we have the genre alive.
For me, I think it boils down to being clear about what the genre is. You know, when you are clear about the definition, it's easier for you to be able to clearly tell what is and what isn't. You know, at the beginning, I think it was heavy on hip-hop and high life.
Yeah.
But the hip-hop aspect was more heavily represented by rap. So people stuck with rap and high life.
Okay.
But the reality is there's a reason why the word hip is there.
All right.
The hip is for hip-hop, right? So if it's hip-hop, then you realize that anything that falls in line with hip-hop, blending with high life, is basically what hip life represents.
Okay.
And if that really is the case, then you realize that there are so many things that we are calling them different names at the moment that are supposed to fall under hip life, really. And because it's a combination of hip-hop and high life. And, you know, that should, for me, settle it. But again, I understand how people feel because there are certain songs that are heavily hip hop. And once it is heavily hip hop,
I'm not cutting you. Reggie's song that mentioned HipLife, Boy, 1994, right? Is it a hip hop induced sound?
I mean, clearly it's hip hop, because it came from the rap bass vibe. You understand? But then when you check the instrument, I think that for a song, it's not just about maybe whether somebody is doing chorus or stuff like that.
Okay.
Sometimes, like singing chorus, because sometimes the instrumentation that is playing with that particular rap music in itself, when you hear it, no, this one there, it be HipLife. Like when you hear the Azonto vibe and stuff like that on rap, then you know that this is not your regular hip hop.
Exactly.
Exactly. This is something that has been altered because you see, we should know what is happening across the world when it comes to naming songs. What do they call K-pop? What do they call J-pop? That is from Japan. And we need to be able to understand how these names are floating all around and what it really represents. Reggaeton, like if you get into them, you realize that some of the songs are they borrowed from other genres and they use this to create a new sound, and that particular sound is what is recognized as what that particular genre is. So from the perspective, from where I sit, for me is once I hear anything taken from high life blending with hip hop and giving us a sound that is unique or falls within that particular spectrum, for me it's really hip life. So in terms of preservation, it's always a collective responsibility of the people. And when I say collective responsibility, the young ones may not necessarily know, but it's always our responsibility to let them know that you may call it what you're calling it. You can call it crank, but understand that crank is a component of hip-hop. You can call the sound whatever you want to call it, but understand that this falls under a broad umbrella called HipLife, essentially.
Yeah.
Now, if you listen to how Tinny said it, it's not like he said, hip-hop, HipLife is dead. He said HipLife is what seems to be dead. Because the young ones coming up are not saying...
They don't want to identify with it.
Exactly. But is there something that we should do as the older folks in the space to let them know? Then so that, because you see, younger ones would learn, but who are the teachers? The older ones. So you in the space of knowledge where we feel like people don't know the right thing, you don't just blame the student, you also blame the teacher, because it is our collective responsibility.
All right, let me come to Ashes. Ashes used to be a musician and a rapper as well. People don't know Ashes has been part of the Revolution 1995. No, Ashes is a musician. No, you guys don't know. He's not just an artist manager. Ashes,
I got for the back.
please confirm to them again that you began this whole journey as a musician. Confirm to them. They are listening.
I was with Robert, me and Robert. We started together.
That's we heard of Robert.
I was in school with him.
Of course.
So you have history.
I learned from Robert.
I was in school with him.
When we were in school, he was a dancer. I was nothing.
Which school be that?
Achibota.
What was your group name? I hear you were in a music group.
Oh, yourself.
Let's teach the people, history.
Okay. I was in a group, Abrimpong.
Good.
It was me, Obrafo, Shaggy, and Ajua.
Wow.
1993, 94.
Number one, class 4. Hey!
Yeah.
You used to sing the chorus or you used to rap?
I used to rap. Hey! I used to be the Brofo rapper in the group.
Hey!
Before T, please.
Yeah, before all those boys. Oh yeah, we competed in what's that name? Funky Fest was all those things.
That was
recognize, realize, Funky Fest,
represent.
I mean, that time, you be a man crew.
Yeah, back then.
What were you
So we,
What
don't worry. Ashes.
Those of you who are sending messages that Ashes should do a freestyle, stop that.
Nobody send that.
Were they watching you?
Nobody send that.
We know they say they read it.
But you need to get the name.
Ashes.
Ask Obrafo.
It's
Any day Obrafo comes for an interview, ask him, he'll tell you.
You were called Obrimpo.
Like
They were
Who do you
Abrimpong.
know?
A
This-
group
Until
Abrimpong.
Onobaya Abrimpong ashes. And your ashes are not be
Oh,
big.
the tiny matter bring me here. Waiting me this.
So around the time that Talking Drums, they had done the Adeng and all
We were
those
there.
songs, you
We
were
there.
around.
Yeah, we're the first people Hammer produced. First group Hammer ever produced was Abrimpong, way back in Tema. You know? Yeah, we did our bits, but the album never came out. Then
Oh.
Obrafo took solo. Because my papa said, "Mama, you're up in school," and he couldn't wait for me. So by the time I was back from school, they were in the
were
studio
gone.
doing their thing. I gave my blessings. So most of the songs from the first album were songs that we most of us had a part in it, had a piece in it. If he was the key writer, when it comes to the tree thing, he will write you, teach you how to rap it. And Obrafo taught me a lot musically. You know, how to understand music. I got it from Obrafo.
Yeah.
Because we used to stay in a room from morning to night, just writing raps and all those things back then.
Wow. So you have been around since the beginning of HipLife
Yeah.
till now.
Yeah.
Do you also believe that it is dead?
Oh, no, it's not dead. And just
Okay.
like Robert said, Tinny is not saying it's dead. He's saying that it is like, just like he made the example, it is only HipLife that's like, you might say, seem or look dead or feels dead.
Okay.
Because they are not resonating with the brand anymore. You know, the younger kids want to do something different, want like you might call it entitlement to their own feelings. And it's allowed. When we were coming up, there was High Life. There was Burger High Life.
Yes.
nothing to it.
We just felt we didn't see ourselves like, you know, a part of that. And we needed a new niche. And thankfully, Reggie brought it. Before Reggie came, groups were here. Oh.
Yeah.
People were rapping. Kwekuti and them, Funky
Yeah.
Flex, Funky Culture.
Bekus Dems.
And all those boys were doing
Yeah.
their thing.
Kwekuti was like on fire.
Yeah. Sometimes we say dancehall started yesterday. No. There was
General
Black Culture,
Marcus.
General Marcus.
Marcus.
Back then.
Zonto, what made them cry?
Black Prophet.
Black
Zonto.
Prophets, yeah.
Yeah.
There were boys who were doing it too.
Yeah.
Back then, this was the format of a group. You need the tree rapper,
Yeah.
you need the English rapper, you need the raga person,
Yeah.
and then you need a singer.
Yeah. A chorus.
That's how we used to form groups.
Yeah.
So when you
Hey,
go,
Eddie Blay.
Eddie
Blay,
Blay.
all of them, yeah,
Yeah. Native Funk Lords.
NFL.
So when you go
Yeah.
for events, you arrange yourself in that line. You know, so it tells you that the representation of what's happening now is something that's happened yesterday. But we found our way to carve our own niche, and we called it HipLife, courtesy Reggie, and then it went on and on. So like those doing R&Bs now, or you might call them singing, the kiddies and stuff.
Yeah.
All of them are from Dead Body.
Dead Body.
Yeah,
Dead
Dead
Body.
Yeah, Dead Body
Dead
and
Body.
Dems.
And this guy.
Echo Shiloh and other, they are like from that trend.
The Sakura man. What is his name? The Sakura guy. Oh.
Which Sakura guy?
The fair light skinned guy, Sakura. Jegate.
Where is he?
Oh, recently I
Dropped
saw
some
something
song.
about him.
He's dropped a new
yeah,
one.
yeah. Those boys really took what Kiddy them are doing now
Yeah.
in the past. So it's every time and it's
Nana Kwame.
Nana Kwame. Yeah. Yeah. Every time and what happens, Nana Finn, all of them people, Kiddy them have now changed it to suit their style. If you ask Kiddy them what they are doing, they will not say High Life. They might find their own
R&B,
something
Afro pop.
or something too.
High Life with R&B.
They will tell you something
It's all
under one umbrella, like we say.
That's what it is.
You know, and the mistake all of them do is whatever name, just like Robert explained, whatever name they want to form against, it comes under that backdrop of High Life. Whatever name you want to form, being you as a Ghanaian, you will still fall under that umbrella.
And by that, you mean the singers.
No, rappers, whatever you do.
Okay.
Because you are picking an element that you are adding to your, unless you want to do pure hip hop like what Kanye West and those people are doing. And now one day you go
So
add them.
Ashes is broadening the conversation.
Yeah.
It has been broadened beyond HipLife to even highlight.
Yes. Because we all pick our...
That
we all
is the
pick it from
roots.
there. We pick it from
The
there.
roots.
The roots comes from that High Life. Then you disseminate it to how you feel. We were here when we had Azonto. Then came Al Qaeda. Then came something. Then came. It will come and come.
That is your crank. That is your drill. That is
everything.
Gangster rap.
But at the end of the day, you see that High Life. That
Conscious rap.
stem roots that stands.
Yeah.
Would never fall.
Okay. So
And that's where we need to understand our origin, so we know exactly what we are doing. Because see, most of these people are lost because they tend to fall under the Afrobeat, which will never give you that recognition. You call yourself an Afrobeat person, but in the eyes of the world, you don't get that recognition. They will not give. Kim Promise can say anything he wants to say, but the Nigerians will never accept him in there as one of them. And they see that Afrobeat as theirs, not yours. I've had a conversation with a Nigerian who said about Kim Promise's high life. I'm like, are you serious? No, not the high life people they do for Ghana. I just looked at him. Case closed. Argument done. No. I can't force him to still put that tag on him because maybe he sings a bit of. He sees we. You have to leave him. You understand me?
Yeah.
No matter how our dancehall is, if we take it to Jamaica, a Jamaican can put it together and tell you that it's not what they do.
it is Afro dancehall.
Something. And you might not understand, though, but it's their culture. It's not your culture. So they will not allow you to dent their culture. So he has every right to tell you that what you are doing is not dancehall. Your lingua is not like them.
Good.
Your tone is not like them. You don't sound like them. So he will tell you what you are doing is not.
Good.
But you, from where you are coming from, you can't be a champion. You can't be whatever you want to be. That's you.
Good.
No problem. Wait, I want to come back to Tinny.
Good. Yeah.
So Tinny is doing something.
All right.
And I think that is why he made that statement. If you've listened to the last 2 songs he's dropped, he's actually going back to the hip life. He is doing hip. He knows what hip life represents. He knows what hip life has done for him. You get me? The times when our music took over the world stage was when we were doing hip life. When we were loud in doing something together. But the moment the divisions came, somebody wants to call it Azonto, Al-Qaeda, this one, we got lost. We dominated the music scene in Africa. We have before. Even when the Two-Face and all of them were loud, we were bigger. They were accepted. But we allowed it by divisions. So the earlier we understand that, we have one agenda, we form one agenda, and we work towards it. That's what you saw.
Ashes, so you've made a very good point. Ashes, you've made a very good point from high life to hip life to the various sub-genres of hip life. So let's assume high life is a grandpapa. Okay. High life has given birth to a parent, giving birth to other children. Now, high life, now as we speak, has some visibility. At least it's the biggest genre we have in this country. And it's going into UNESCO's books as we speak now. Its son or daughter, HipLife, is not getting anything, any attention like that as we speak now. Meanwhile, the HipLife's children and grandchildren are being projected above the papa or the mama, which is the HipLife. How do we solve this situation? How do we make sure that in as much as we allow people to create new sub-genres, we allow them to bring out grandchildren of genres, we can still maintain the parent genre as in hip life? We have institutions like award schemes. How are they making sure that even though we have Asaka drill, we have Azonto and all that, we are able to make sure hip life doesn't die? All these genres can go under it and not creating anything that will drift us from the main genre. How do we do that? I know already TGMA, they've been resolute on hip life. Azonto buy, I say, hey, create a category. I'm saying, no, it is a hip life. How do we continue to do that to make sure hip life does not fizzle out?
It has to be a national agenda. It's not a one-man person thing. Because you see, times and seasons are different. I was reading something recently. Dr. Dre posted a rapper, and he was rapping like yesterday. And he said, I am now listening to what hip-hop used to be like. That was the caption. You know? And I listened to something from Snoop, who was like very angry with the new crop of rappers. What are they doing? He doesn't understand what they are doing. But you see, it is their time. They have their nation. They have what they want to resonate like. You cannot tame them down. No. I mean, every era comes with a revolution. They want to call themselves a certain niche. And you cannot, you as an individual, if you don't like them, it's not their problem. That is how they, where they want to go is where they will go. You cannot do anything about it. What we can do is to be nationalistic about it. Have an agenda from the top, from music, from Gambro, from this, from that, from that. You know, if the High Life was lucrative, if awards came with prizes or came with something, and if I win High Life Award, I get this. If I win HipLife Award, I get this. You think they no go do? Put a plot of land down and tell somebody, say, the best High Life singer gets a plot. Everybody go do High Life.
TGM.
You know like plots. You know like her. But if the thing, they attract nothing, they inside. Wait, why you force me? I don't want to look old.
All right. Let me go to Eden Mensah Chotome. He was also a rapper. Guys, another disappointed rapper here, Eden Mensah Chotome. He was a rapper too. But as someone here, King Dori, who a rapper? And I want to know your HipLife. Now, you're quite too. Dori, you're quite too. Adam.
Kwame.
Yes.
I mean, it is what it is.
Ah.
It is what it is. I mean, generations grow.
Yeah.
Generations come, and every generation want to explore. I mean, this is how I say it. Every generation like that movement explored with other things to have HipLife. And it's what these generations are doing. The generations coming. They're also trying to create something for themselves.
Yeah, sure.
So that they will be remembered for something.
Yeah.
But for HipLife to not to die or to be in extinction, I think the HipLifers who have been there also have a role to play. I mean, those who saw the movement, Ashes and Co., who saw that movement and became part of the movement to this level, need to be part. I don't think it will be, anytime they are organizing old school jams and others, you see how it turns up. I mean, they are playing these songs. I mean, the people who used to enjoy HipLife are now the people with a lot of purchasing power. So we can be holding HipLife events.
1 second. To the thing you said.
Yeah.
So we have all gone to that Joy FM. Have you ever seen some of the youngings there?
The 90s jam?
The youngings.
Yeah, but majority is
which younging you see for there? They are not interested though.
Yeah.
The 90s
It
jam.
is you see the mindset, the 90s jam that we do.
Yeah.
That is they are not interested. Chairman, take your HipLife, maybe take their thing.
So that's what I'm saying. I mean, the HipLife, it has a lot of people with purchasing power. And that the promoters who are in the system, who have been there before too, can be putting up some HipLife events year round.
Shamba Kwame has been doing
last time Charterhouse organized something like that. It was like an old school event.
Yeah, we do old school, but that is even heavily more of 70s, 80s, 90s.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah. So, I mean, events like this can be curated for because the market really love it. Ochame Kwame has his own thing he does at Plus 233, and it's heavily HipLife. And you can really see how people are excited when the songs are being played. That market is there. You know, the more people are participating, the more people are active, it keeps the name alive in one way or the other. So, I mean, we can get it alive through some of these events, among others. Don't forget, some people are still doing HipLife. There are HipLife songs, but when you ask, they may not admit that it is HipLife. And I'm sure TGMA, when you are doing the categorization, when you even want to, you put certain songs in HipLife and people are like, no, my song is not HipLife. But maybe the team sat down and saw that this song has rudiments of HipLife without even maybe the owner of the song even knowing that it's HipLife. So education and awareness too is very important. But unfortunately, when it comes to our music, we don't document anything. We don't put certain elements on paper to, serve as institutional memory for the up and coming generation. So for me, I believe that we can still keep hip life alive through so many things, and people are doing hip life.
Keep hip
Just
life
that-
alive.
Yes, people are just not admitting, but people are doing hip life.
Martinez,
Babu.
are people still doing hip life?
Oh yes, I mean not too long ago, Fim was here.
Fame.
Yes, for his
Follow
album
that.
review, representing Hip Life.
Yes.
Kweku Darlington.
Yes.
Also representing
Yes.
Hip Life. Even Kim Paluta.
Yes. Chin chim.
Chin Chin
Chin
Band.
chim.
Yes, so
Yeah.
it's not dead, but of course we can understand where Tinny is coming from. I mean, looking at how vibrant he used to be at that time compared to now, he sees a big difference. But he acknowledged the fact that the music industry is grown, really doing well. Just that, the way we used to see, people tagging themselves as hip life artists, we don't see that more. It cannot die. Once Tinny himself is around, or Chiame Kwame is around, they are still around. Reason Kwakesi also released his new song. Someone met me and was telling me, so that particular song, why would Kwa release such a song? And I said, what's the problem with that particular song?
Amayari
Yes.
fever, Yamoko,
And
put it in the band to anapem the so and jam,
Pemneso.
and
Is it Pemneso?
yeah, Pemneso.
that's
I
what he
sure.
said.
That's what he said.
Pemneso.
Pemneso.
Not only yeah.
Once
Once a day.
Continue.
It's sounding different on my song.
Daibo man. Daibo Edem.
So the thing is,
Yeah.
the boys, like everybody rightly said, they have their own agenda, they have their own direction. If you won't make them do them, then therefore do them the way they want to do it. And that's fair.
Okay.
Because music evolves. I mean, it's dynamic. What Brafo has said it sometime before in his music. If you don't want to accept that, then you'll be left behind. Football is changed now. I mean, back in the day, you see two people at the center passing. But now it has to take one person to be at the center and pass the ball for the game to commence. And it's still football. Even the way people watch football now has changed. You understand? Now people want to get some bottles around them before they watch the game. But back in the day, you're only interested in how you are going to support your team. But now people
are now watching football.
with different stuff. Yes. So now the way we view things, the way we, perceive things have changed. So with a hip life, yes, we can allow the boys to do it in their own style and then tag themselves or still be under that umbrella, hip life. And there's nothing wrong. They cannot do it the way, Tinny and Co used to do or how we saw it.
There will be changes.
In fact, you and
Yeah.
I will come and sit here and say there's no sense in that. Yes, because we need to see some, some blend, like some creativity.
Yeah.
And every generation comes with their own creative ideas or minds. Because what they believe in is what, music is spirit. So what they feel is what they are going to do. So it could be the same hip life we know, but a different approach.
And a different feel.
So if they will be able to do that,
All right.
and tag themselves or be under that umbrella, for me, that is what we should pay attention to. But if we are thinking they should do the same hip life as we used to, that one is not going to work. But hip life cannot die. I mean, once Charterhouse and Co are around, I mean,
Good.
like you mentioned, award schemes. Yeah, it is prudent that they keep that category.
All right. Robert, you are part of an award scheme, the biggest music award scheme in Ghana and Africa, for that matter. Telecel Ghana Music Awards. What role do you have to make sure that you preserve music genres? What is your role in preserving music genres?
I think that is very obvious. I mean, for as long as the categories exist, and every year you open, when you call for entries, people submit, and one of the key roles of the board, together with their selection team, is to be able to screen and then categorize. You are clearly showing that there is a particular genre that exists, and for as long as it exists, you are taking in terms of songs. You're taking in songs and categorizing them appropriately. So what it means is that every year, for as long as the scheme runs, that particular genre exists, it's receiving oxygen, it's breathing. So so I mean that goes without saying. I would want to touch on some questions you asked that I feel like we didn't highlight or we didn't stretch it too much. You mentioned that high life and then has many sub-genres under it. And then if you take, for example, Afrobeats, people are projecting it and some of the genres, other genres are not being projected. I just want to take our minds back to two things. The reason why high life became big is because high life didn't just stay in Ghana. We know that in West Africa, beyond even Nigeria, other countries, they do high life, right?
Yeah.
Good. Now, when you take HipLife, I'm not too sure if other countries are doing HipLife. If you take Afrobeats, it's not just Ghana. So Afrobeats, yes, we are doing our Afrobeats. Nigeria is doing their Afrobeats, just like the way we are doing our high life. And then eventually Nigeria started having their own version, obviously borrowing from Ghana, and then, still creating a vibe that works for them. So all I'm saying is when a genre stays in your country, then it doesn't become that big based on what we've experienced. If the genre is able to move out, because think about reggae dancehall. If it was just an activity in Jamaica, it was like, it's not going to become as big as it is. If even the hip hop we are talking about, all right, if it stays with you, then it's not going to become as big as it is. So all I'm trying to say is maybe in terms of interpretation, in line with the question that you asked, why people are focusing on Afrobeats and other elements, also because maybe it's probably not as big as the other genres are because it's not traveled outside of space. Now, the last thing I want to mention is usually when we talk about the origin of Ghanaian sound, we always go back to high life, but there is something that precedes high life. And I want us to call it out, so we add it to the conversation every time. It is our traditional sound. You understand? Our traditional sound precedes high life. So let's not make it sound like every time, high life the beginning. No, high life is not the beginning.
High life has a basis. It has a root too.
Exactly, and we know our traditional sound has been with us and still with us. And every now and then, these songs borrow from these traditional sounds to be able to create a unique Ghanaian vibe about what they're actually projecting. So those are the two things I wanted to highlight.
All right, you're still right here with us on Hitz 103.9 FM. It's Daybreak Hitz. We're having a conversation on our music genres, particularly hip life music and how we can preserve it. Yeah, we have another conversation coming up, but we get into that after this one.
Who cries calling me?
Labels expect sexual favors from female artists to sign them. Into Keys in a moment, but in the meantime,
hey there, are you buying or selling something and worried about trust? Just relax, because PayTrust has got you covered. With PayTrust, transactions are safe and fair thanks to their simple escrow system. Here's how it works. You and the other party agree on the deal, then the buyer surely or securely deposits the money into PayTrust. The seller delivers with confidence, and once the goods or services are confirmed, the funds are released automatically or after 24 hours if there's no response. And if something goes wrong, no stress, an independent negotiator steps in to resolve things fairly. So visit www.paytrustgh.com to sign up. You can also email us on service@paytrustgh.com. So whether you're buying or selling, PayTrust ensures buyers are protected and sellers are paid without stress. PayTrust, where transactions meet trust.
all right, and this is something that you like. Dummy.
Yay.
Dummy. You know dummy?
You know, dummy.
This is the Takrady edition. Yeah, you saw how it went down in Accra. The exciting games, the fierce rivalries, and unforgettable moments. It's Takrady's turn, and this is one. This one is going to be historic. Adum TV brings you Dummy, Ghana's biggest drafts tournament. Are you in Takrady or its environs? Do you love the game of drafts? Then you can't miss this one. Come and let's have fun as we witness the excitement and cheers as players battle for the title of Damihini of the Western Corridor and a grand cash prize. Join us for the grand showdown on Saturday, 15th November at the Nat Hall in Takoradi. Entry is absolutely free. For enquiries, please call or WhatsApp 053-102-95. Okay, let me take it again. 053-102-9795. Come with your family, friends, and their friends to cheer on your favorite players and be ready to feast, dance, and enjoy the fiercest dummy matches ever. Dummy, Mateo Kwakwa, Adum TV. Yewazoye, Yewazoyara Soko. And then the Guinness Ghana DJ Awards.
Yes, it's also coming up on the 29th of November in Accra for the Epic Guinness Ghana DJ Awards powered by Smirnoff. The 2024 event was a blast, and the 2025 edition promises to be off the chains with floor-shaking performances by Stoneboy Samini, Mercury Kwe Family, DJ Lord OTV, Ketche. We also have DJ Phantom, DJ Slykin, and a host of amazing performers. And when it comes to the Guinness Ghana DJ Awards, there are always two important questions: who wears what and who wins what. So don't miss a moment. Call your partying squad and grab your tickets now by dialing *714 *888 hash. That is *714 *888 hash, or get tickets at vtix.com and be part of history as Ghana hosts the world on the dance floor. So don't forget, the date is 29th of November at the Palms Convention Center. It's going to be fun, and it's powered by Smirnoff and produced by Mercury Republic. The event is also proudly sponsored by Wakanao, Ike City Hotel, Walla Drinking Water, Easy Grab GH, and V-Tickets. V-Tickets, yes. And media partners are WhatsApp TV, Foresight TV, Joy Prime TV, Plus FM, Hitz FM, and Joy 99.7 FM.
All right, and we're talking about FAK's statement that some record labels, expect sexual favors from female artists to sign them. Ghanaian Afrofusion artist FAK's has disclosed that some record labels in Ghana demand sexual favors from female musicians before signing them. Speaking in an interview on MX24 on October 18, 2025, FAK's lamented the unfair treatment women in the music industry face compared to their male counterparts when it comes to record deals and label support. According to FAK's, while male artists are usually assessed based on their talent and marketability, women are often subjected to inappropriate demands. And FA is on the line. Good morning, FA.
Hi, Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Well, you woke me up.
I woke you up?
Yes, I had a long night, so I was still resting, but I'm fine. I'm doing well.
Are you in the studio recording?
No. It was still related to music, though, but yeah.
Maybe you were signing a new deal with a record label?
Well, I think that's what we're talking about, right?
Exactly. Now, you are in the news. You are being quoted to have said that some record labels expect sexual favors from female artists before they sign them. Why did you say that?
Okay, well, first of all, good morning to your listeners. Back to your question. This is not the first time I've actually talked about this. Every time that a discussion goes around what happens within the female and between females and male and what they can do to help female artists, I always bring this up because it hasn't stopped affecting us. It's something which is there. So I said it because it's something which we live with, something that every day we come across. It's not like, let me say, I'm talking from other people's experience, even though every time I mention it, you have a lot of ladies nodding and telling you, yes, meaning that it cuts across a lot of ladies. It's not just me.
Okay, so are you saying you've spoken to other ladies and according to them, this is what they go through?
Yeah, I have.
Have you personally experienced such a thing in your career?
At this point in my life, I'm tempted to say it is normal, but I refuse that. It is everyday struggle. It's an everyday struggle when it comes to trying to get ahead in the music industry, and you know that certain people have the ability to help you. Some approach you, you approach some to talk about business, and before you realize, it's turning into discussion about how you as a person can also be involved in the deal. It looks more like without you personally involved sexually, it goes nowhere. And sometimes you might be like, oh, can we talk about the business itself? Some will actually just drop everything just because you said no. Everything. Even if you've gotten to the point that you know things are about to happen, they can drop everything.
How many record labels have you dealt with?
Well, in my lifetime so far, I've had about 7 record labels that has approached me. That I don't work with all of them, though.
What was your deal with Xylophone then?
Xylophone then was a development contract. They were supposed to, aside all the big artists they signed, they wanted to bring out their own artists into the system. So they started developing us. And fortunately, 3 of myself, including 2 of my colleagues, were selected to be the first act to come out into the music space. So, yeah.
Okay, so this issue that you've raised again, how do you think we can solve it? Is this something we can solve? Is it a behavioral thing?
It is solvable. It is solvable because if men can overlook men and sign them and help them, why can't it be the same for women? Because this is where on that same platform we were talking about people opening doors for women, because when we talk about equality, right, we know we are very much aware we are not the same. When we are about to take that race, there are a lot of things in front of us compared to men that we need to deal with. Biologically, we are not the same. It's not the same for us. So we're talking about people in the industry understanding that they need to not treat us with much favor, but then open certain doors for us because we can do certain things by ourselves. Okay. Now, in this case, if we are looking for that opportunity, which we don't even get it, and now we have to battle with the fact that if we don't give a part of us, into sexual, how do you call it?
Sexual
experience with
favors,
these
okay.
people. Yeah, we also don't even get the opportunity at all. So that means we are disadvantaged a lot because our male colleagues are being signed. They are going ahead. What about us? Does it always have to be about that? And as far as I know, such business contracts that comes with sexual doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. Because we hear a lot of people say, oh, I can mix my business and we can still have a personal relationship, which is not true. People always mix it up. People always mix it. When feelings are involved, it's a whole different ball game. You know, people can even intentionally sabotage you when they're supposed to be helping you because they're afraid that when you finally get to where you want to get to, you leave them. You know, so that it comes with a whole lot of baggage that it should even be there in the first place.
Effie, and all the things you've said, these are not things that we should condone. But some have also said that why not maybe encourage more women to also get into record label management and organization and all that? Do you think that can be a solution?
Yeah, that can be a solution. And I think I'm happy to say I've seen a lot of women now getting interested in like management, in like music. Yeah, I've actually seen female managers as of now, which is interesting. And I won't lie, at a point in time, one of the record labels that approached me was being run by a woman. And it was good. That would have been a good deal, except that other things did not favor me. But then, thank God, there was nothing that had to do with, I mean, if they're looking at my body, is more of whether I look like, you know, an artist or like it wasn't in a sexual way. So, yes, having a lot of women on board will definitely solve this issue.
Have you considered the fact that there are people with different sexual orientations?
I have. And, you know, the funny thing is when I spoke about this, I had someone say, do you know what men also go through? And I said, well, I don't know. But, well, now with this, the world is changing. So I know that there are other people with sexual preferences. So men could also be going through something even like, you know, that they can't even talk about because that is even more, I don't know, embarrassing more than even this.
Thank you so much, Effie Keys, for spending time with us this morning on Daybreak Hitz.
You're welcome.
All right. Effie Keys right there. And you just heard her. I think this has been another topic. Like, it's been on our desk for how many years? Like 25 years to 40 years. Sexual favors from people. Nana Pokwashes, have you managed a female artist before?
No, I haven't. I have, in and out, but not as in full time.
Yeah.
Oh, I can.
You can?
Yeah, I can.
You have the power?
And
the discipline?
I don't mix business with pleasure.
Good.
Like I have that notion in my mind. You know, you always need to look at the respect side of the business. If you want people to respect you, you have to be able to draw your lines. You know, the others who would say no, I want Bulldog, my brother Bulldog.
Oh, he has said it many times.
Yeah, if you know chop, you know go do that job. That is him. You know, but I don't think it is me. I don't think it's proper.
Okay.
Familiarity brings contempt, and if you really want to say no to your art, you need to be, as a manager, you need to be stem and firm. You need to say no when you have to say no. You need to say yes when you have to say yes. You know, artists are always like head pumped. You know, if you leave them, they would do their things, and they would always, drag you or make you feel get their way, But this topic, they be Adam Goofy as
Adam, get closer to the microphone now. We're talking about women and the constant complaints about record labels asking for sexual favors. Adam Mensa Chotome, you are a music executive now. You manage artists or an artist. Adam, how do you deal with your artists in terms of management, in terms of, turning their emotions into something profitable?
They go to the changing room there.
Oh, for me, I think that it's quite unfortunate with what she said. it shouldn't ideally be the situation.
Yeah.
However, you see, if you be a minsam and
Minsem wom, mininsem.
Obi a can the open.
Minsem. Continue.
And I think that
so wait, that's a right thing.
Yeah, mininsem wom.
God, thank you. We would
Every house you get somebody way.
We were they call women's, and I was wondering why it had to be.
Yeah, because my home, no, we don't have mensa in it. Continue.
So it's really sad that other people have to go in that way. You know, it should be more about what you've seen in the person and you want to push. You know, especially women need a lot of emotional support because a lot of little things break them, and you as a manager need to be there for the person emotionally to be able to get them on their feet to do what they do. However, some do take advantage of the situation, and I think that it's some way. I've heard a musician who said that it's like he got somebody who was interested in in her, and quickly the person put her on. She was doing everything with the person, and boom, she became a star, and the person was so supporting. You know, so she didn't see the struggles, you understand? But the man ensured that his role of making her reach her destination in terms of the career was done. You know, and we've seen situations where people start managing and they become partners or lovers.
Yes.
And I know one where at the end of the day, when that one too, if you are not careful, when one break from there, the relationship breaks affects the career. And we've seen one where at the end of the day, even after everything, issue of Facebook and social media ownership became an issue. So we need to be able to read.
But it's public knowledge. You can't mention.
Oh, I mean.
Okay, continue.
So people need to draw the boundary. They need to know what they want to do with a person. Is it that you want to go into relationship and still manage and ensure she reach her destination, or you just want to run and leave the career? I mean, if you do that, Charlie, you know, maybe
so it's the motive, eh?
Exactly. So please, let's have the right motive and support our females. You know, it's sad.
Martinez, you have daughters. You have a daughter. Assuming your daughter wants to get into music, you have the resources to help her get into music industry, and maybe you have feelings for her. You want to get together apart from business, also maybe make family with her. Is that a bad thing?
Kwame, this is a difficult question. It's a difficult in the sense that some see it as a problem, some doesn't see it as a problem. So, I mean, dealing with such issues, we have to weigh both sides, because call to female artists or upcoming artists, one will see this as a major problem, the other wouldn't. If you are not interested, it's not a big deal. It's not a problem.
But you shouldn't deny the person of the contract because the person declined the proposal.
In fact, it makes no sense. Yes. Sexual favors to me doesn't make sense at all. I mean, when you are making it a condition or making a conditional, that is very unfortunate. In fact, it puts you in a bad light.
All right.
But the thing is, if you, the lady, you are not interested, I mean, it's your principles, it's your ideology, it's your stand. You shouldn't make it look like it's a major problem that is going to stifle your work. That is how I see it, because if you are not ready to do it, some are ready. At the end of the day, you cannot by force stop those who are willing to do it. There are some, when you advise them or when you try to say it's their life, they will choose to do it.
I'm not sure those who choose to do it will complain about it.
Exactly.
Those who don't want to be in that situation are the ones coming out to complain.
Yes. So for me, I think to make the discussion very fair, I'm talking to the ladies who always try to complain about some of these things like FAQs. You also need to commend those who are also doing well. Because if you are talking about female artists going through challenge. At the end of the day, same men we are blaming are behind successful female artists as well. I don't know if you get my point.
I'm not sure she generalized.
That is why
thing. She said
because
some of them do
but
that.
she said female artists are facing this. She didn't say some female artists.
I'm sure she meant to say some.
Okay, but per what we read, said female artists. So it's like it's a general statement. My point is, if you are saying female artists are facing this, and it's stifling the problem, and she made example that the men are getting that free space to operate and all of that. Once you are blaming the men, it is the same men who are also projecting the women.
So you want to say that if some women are having it easy with the men or doing whatever it is, you think that it is okay for them to do it, and then for the others, if they don't want to do it, they should go their way. Is that what you're trying to put it?
Exactly. But my point is, at least you need to acknowledge the fact that it is the same men who are also projecting the women. I'm not encouraging
she was very specific with her words, as in demanding sexual favors before.
You see, I want to ask a question.
Before giving the contract.
I help this education a little bit.
Yeah.
And we have Doreen here.
Yes.
She's a female.
Yes, she is.
Do you encounter these things when you are probably
looking for gigs?
Looking for gigs and other things. Do you encounter it?
In all honesty, I have, but it is how you manage it. I manage it if it's. It's not. I'm not interested. I am married, so I am not interested. I don't go I don't fight you with it, but I make it clear to you that I'm not interested, and I go my way.
And have you lost jobs?
I have lost jobs. I've lost gigs.
So it is real.
It is real.
Wow.
I've lost gigs, but I'm still Doreen. It hasn't taken anything away from me. I always want to let people know that, listen, even in this world, there are good people and there are bad people. Yeah. It is how you manage each and every one. These two people. So at the end of the day, if you're a woman, if one man doesn't give you a chance, doesn't mean another man will not.
Of course.
You understand? So for me, I always say it, don't give up. It's not to say people have not been through it. People have been through it, but people are still who they are. If we're going to go to ask, I've personally had conversations with some of these female artists, and they've said it. But I've always encouraged them that, listen, it doesn't mean they are all like that. There are a few good ones here, and I'm glad that Ashes said that if a woman should come, if he gets one, he will manage the person. It is good he's hearing it, but we've also heard from others who say, "Listen, if you come my way, I will do it this way, and I'll go that way." So you need to know how to go about it. This conversation will not end. It's not just in the music space; it's in every aspect of our lives. Banks everywhere. When you talk to women, we get stories like this. But women are still fighting. Women are still helping themselves, and I believe that when we find our way to wherever we have to be, trust me, some will take us out of these places. So yeah.
Okay. Martinez, please, 1 second.
Yeah, so wrapping up with what I said, it's good you asked there about what
Ashes asked. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about FAQs.
Yes, FAQs.
Okay.
What she thinks concerning women coming into the space. There's a stand I normally take when issues like this pops up.
All right.
Because you need to have more women also coming into the space to help the game. The point I was trying to make is that immediately you make a statement like that, it creates an impression that record executives or the men are taking advantage of the women when they want to do music or when they want to get to the top.
Sure.
So when it happens like that, when you get the opportunity to speak, find a way to at least encourage the positive ones and invite your fellow women, those in authority to also come into the space and help. But if not, and the men are still the people doing the work, and you still come back and bash them in general, one way or the other, it becomes unfair.
Thank you, Martinez. Robert has not spoken on this particular one. Robert.
In business relations, there's something called ethics.
Yes.
And just so I don't even misquote it, ethic refers to the moral principles that guide business behavior, including honesty, integrity, fairness in areas like workplace, conduct, environmental responsibility, and fair competition, etc., etc., and it goes on and on. I think ultimately everything we are discussing comes down to what is called ethics. And once we are ethical in our various professions, all of these things should be aligned.
All right.
But do you know that?
Thank you very much.
Who also actually go out of their way
Yeah.
to seduce
in order to win.
Because that's
To
the
order-
only way they can get.
We will talk about that another day.
And the other day,
All right.
I think it's worth that complete conversation.
Yes.
Those who seduce,
Yes.
the fact that sometimes the job does not exist.
Exactly.
Mm.
The man is willing to create for you
for you, the
because
woman.
you are also willing to do
Yes.
the whole, that
Sure.
whole thing needs to be happening.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, we have messages here, but unfortunately, time will not permit us to read, and it had to do with the HipLife conversation. So I'm sure when we have it again, we'll do that. I'm so sorry we can't read the messages, but this is where we wrap it all up. Very big thank you to DJ Fantastic, to Mr. Hagler, Debbie Sweeney, Apnes, and to you, the gentlemen, Edem, Martinez, Robert, and Ashes. Thank you so much for coming this morning. My name is Doreen Avio.
My name is Kwame Dazi. Coming up next is Music Box
with
with
DJ
Mr. Black.